Pardon me. So now we're back learning GDScript from zero, and this is an open source project by GDQuest.com. We're going to continue where we left off over here at looping over arrays. All right. So we used the range function in combination with for loops, all right? So yeah, we already seen this before, the thing that does this. And so we can see it's going for number in range 3, printing the number, and then it just says 0, 1, 2, just like that. So the range function produced an array that the for keyword could loop over. Okay, is it because I saw these two O's? What is going on? Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's go. We can give for loops any array, and they will loop over them just the same, right? Instead of using the range function, we could manually write the numbers and get the same result, all right? Yeah, definitely. There it is. There it is. There it is. What happens if we... Oh, yeah, it just does it straight. All right, so for each element inside the array, the for loop extracts it, stores it in the temporary variable named number, and executes the loop's code once. Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, that's what it did up there. We saw it happen. Inside the loop, we can access the number variable, which changes on each iteration. Also true. There it is, yeah. Oh, yeah. We can access it. Huh? Anyway, whatever. The code works regardless of the array or where we store it. Often we will store arrays in variables for easy access, all right? So we would have like var numbers equals this array of 0, 1, 2. And then for number in numbers, we could say print number, all right? So it would just print 0, 1, or 2 like that. So what will this code print? Var numbers equals 0, 1, 2. For number in numbers, print number, just like that. I mean, exactly the same thing. It's going to do 0, 1, and 2 because it's going to print out this, this, and this. Yes. And submit it. All right, there we go. Compared to previous examples, we store the array in the numbers variable. Using the numbers variable in our for loop allows the computer to access the array of numbers like before. True. We have 3 numbers in the array 0, 1, and 2. The loop extracts each of them sequentially and assigns it to the number temporary variable. True. As the loop processes each number, the output will print 0, then 1, then 2, each on a separate line. True. True. Anyway, let's keep going. We're going to make the turtle walk with a loop. In the previous lesson, we made the turtle walk along a path by writing vector2 coordinates in an array. We sure did. Anyway, whatever. It's a for loop that makes the turtle walk along the path. True. What? Yeah. Anyway, the loop works like this. For each coordinate in the array, it moves the turtle once to that cell. Okay, so func move path. We've got for cell and path, turtle.move to cell. Okay. Okay. For cell and path. Okay, so we put an array here, and then we call the each vector in the path array a cell. And then we say turtle.move to cell, which is move to whatever vector it is. Cool. So it's the same principle with unit selection. Let's look at this. For each coordinate in an array named selected units, we check if there is a unit in that cell. If so, we select it. In that case, we use an array, a loop, and a condition together. Yeah. Okay, so right here we've got var unit equals nothing, equals an empty array. And then var selected units equals also an empty array. So func select units, so this function is going to take cells. And I guess it's an array of the cells that are going to be selected, I guess. So for cell and cells, so each vector inside of this what is it? Cells array. If that vector is in units, which it's empty, we will say selected units dot append cell. So this array will get the vector 2 from this list of cells if it's in units, which it's not because there's nothing in there. And after all that, it'll do the update function, which I thought it was called something else, but whatever. We'll figure all this stuff out at some point. All right. But let's keep going. The code above uses several features we haven't learned yet. Of course, in a condition, the in keyword, so they're talking about this one right here for if cell in units. In a condition, the in keyword allows us to check if a value exists in an array. So basically, this in is like a for loop to go through units to see if this value is inside of this array, right? And then if it is, we're going to do something to it. If not, we'll just go to the next one, right? In the for loop. Cool. So where are we? Oh, the array's append function appends a new value at the end of the array, right? So yeah, this will just append it at the end of this array right here. So if this works, if this is in here, it goes in there. Easy stuff. Easy stuff. Notice the use of a period after the selected units variable. And also, when I see this period, see, they called it dot in the previous video. So many people are writing this thing. It's gotta be. That's why sometimes it's like this and sometimes it's like that, right? So notice the use of a period after the selected units variable to call the append function. Oh, hold on. Notice the use of a period after the selected units. Yes. To call the append function. It's because this function exists only on arrays. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I wonder how it knows, but okay. When functions exist only on a specific value type, we write a dot after the value to call the function on it. What? Okay, so we're going to revisit these two features again in the following lessons. I mean, look, I know what's happening here. I can see it with my eyes. You use dot append to call the append function on selected units. Now, I mean, this is saying that append is only good for arrays, and I say, yeah, of course it is. But this is like going a little deep on it now that I think about it. But yeah, look, this is all that's saying is this is only good on arrays. You can't do this on like a. I mean, what are you going to do? Append some more numbers onto another number? You know what I'm saying? No, that's ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically what that's saying, I think. Let's go to the next part. The beauty of loops is that they work regardless of the size of our arrays. The code just works whether we have 1 or 10,000 units to select. True. It is all accomplished with only a couple lines of code. Also true. So that's the power of computer programming. True. Anyway, whatever. In the following practices, we will use arrays combined with for loops to achieve similar results. Move the robot along the path. Our AI pathfinding algorithm is giving us a path to move the robot. Now we need to make the turtle move along the path. True. Ooh. All right. All right. Here we go. Goals. Our AI pathfinding algorithm provided a path for the robot to move to the right edge of the grid. Okay. Our task is to use a for loop to make the robot move. To move the robot, we're going to call its move to function like so, robot.move2, blah. The move to function only exists on the robot, which is why we need to access it this way. Okay. What? Okay, robot.move2. So there's a robot variable or something, whatever, that we have to move this or something. We'll figure it out. All right, so first things first, we're in the for loop section, so let's start with a for loop. And then we've got robot path, so we're going to have to loop through this thing. So we'll say for path in robot path. All right. And then let's come down here and say whatever. Tab over 1 when we get onto line 5 and say something like this. What are we doing? Something.move to, robot.move to, robot.move to. All right. And we're going to move to path. Actually, it's not a path though. It should be a square. For square in robot path, we could even call it a vector. Why not? Vector. How about that? All right. For vector in robot path, we're going to say robot.move to vector. So it's going to go to vector 2, 1, 0, and blah, blah, blah. All right. So let's see if it does it. Watch this thing. There it goes. There it goes. Look at us. We're moving now. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Back to the drawing board. Let's do it. We want to draw mini rectangles. Something surprisingly common in games. True. However, writing this code by hand can get tedious. Instead, we could store the size of our shapes in arrays and use a loop to draw them all in batches. True. That's what we'll do in this practice. We're going to use a for loop to draw every rectangle in the rectangle sizes array with the draw rectangle function. The rectangles shouldn't overlap or cross each other. Should not overlap or cross each other. To avoid that, we're going to need to call the jump function. True. Okay. Rectangles do not overlap. I wonder if the lines at the end of the rectangles can overlap though. We will see right now. Let's do this. So we're going to do a for loop for sure. And it's going to be through this rectangle size. For rectangle in rectangle sizes. All right. Sizes. There we go. What are we going to do? We're going to draw this. So we're going to draw a rectangle. We're going to say draw rectangle. Draw rectangle. Okay. And then we're going to say rectangle, because we're going to be looking at these sizes here. We're going to say rectangle dot x, because look, we're going to have to do the rectangle draw rectangle thing. If we come down here to the documentation, remember we were doing draw rectangle and then it has length and height. So rectangle dot x, so it's going to take this one. And then rectangle.y, rectangle.y. All right. And then we're going to jump to the next thing. We'll say jump. And we'll put rectangle.x, rectangle.x. And then we're going to also have y be 0. 0. I think that's good. Let's see. Run it. What? What's wrong? Oh, there's 2 of these. I don't know why. Okay. Let's try it again. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're just making rectangles. Oh, I thought we were making like boxes. My bad. Maybe we should have added another jump in there. Maybe we should have said rectangle x plus 100. Let's run it again. Nope. Stop. No, yeah. This is not where we were supposed to do that. Control X on there and do it right here. Boom. Run it. There we go. There we go. That's what I was going for. All right. So there's that. Let's continue. And there we go. And there we go. And so now we're on to... Oh, I thought that thing was moving with us. Anyway, so now we're on to strings, and we'll see you next time.